Welcome to our mathematics class. I'm Mr. Ezra and I'm going to take you through the course of mathematics. And from our first topic, which is the fundamentals to mathematics, we are going to start with the simple calculation like addition and subtraction. And that one you can easily do it using the calculator. For example, you can just do a question like this. 90, 45, 21, 23, 9 or 4,520. And then you add from just using your calculator plus 5,125. Then you find the answer using your calculator. You can just do that. And then you are going to have a question like this. 50,000 plus 925,000. So you just do the computation using the calculator. So those are the basics of addition and additions. I want us to just discuss about the numbering because addition and the multiplication, most of the time you will just compute it using your calculator. So let me just go to the number line straight. A number line can be drawn this way. So that is 0, we have 0 there, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So towards the right hand side there, it's going to be a positive there. Then the left hand side here, we are going to be having negatives, -1, -2, -3, -4, and then -5. So from the number line here, you can be given a question like -5 plus 2. So -5 plus 2, you just do the normal computation using your calculator. It's going to give you -3. But now, if you are going to use the number line, it's going to be a different kind of case, but the answer is going to be the same. But using the number line, you are just going to stand at -5. You circle -5 there. So this is -5. You circle it here, -5. And then you just go 2 steps towards the right hand side. So +2, the way it's saying +2, so it's going to be -5 +2, which will be, just move 2 steps, 1, 2. You can be able to see that the 2 steps you have moved, which is +2 here, is going to give you an answer which is actually -3, which is the same answer that we found here. And then you can also be given a question like -2 and then +4. -2 +4, if you just use your calculator in terms of computation, it's going to give you +2. You should get +2. But now if you are going to use the number line, you will also get +2. But this is how you are going to do it. So you come to -2, where it is in the number line, you have -2, and then you circle -2 that way, and then +4. So you should add 4 steps towards the right hand side, towards the positive side. You always move towards the positive side most of the time, depending on the question that you have been given. If it's going to be maybe 2 minus 5, it's going to be a different case, kind of scenario, but you are going to do it so that you can understand it. So -2 plus 4 is going to be, you come to -2 where we have -2, and then you move 4 steps towards the right hand side because it is +4, which means that we are going to move towards the positive side. So if it was to be -2 again, so we are to move towards the negative side, but now because it is +4, it means this positive here is going to give us a direction where we are going to move to. If it's a negative, we will move towards the negative side. If it is a positive, we will move towards the positive side. Remember, this is the positive side towards the right hand side, and then the left hand side here is going to be our negative side. But now, because it is +4, we are going to move 4 steps towards the positive. So it's going to be, you move 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can be able to see the answer is 2, the way we did this kind of calculation here. So the number line is such kind of symbol. For example, let me just have another one. Let me have a simple number line here. So we have the number line 0, and then we have -1, -2, -3, -4, and then -5, and then maybe have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you are given a question like -1, and then -2. So -1, -2 is supposed to be -3. -1, -1, -2 is supposed to be -3, according to the calculator. But now, if you are just trying to do the, if you are trying to use the number line, it's going to be -1, which is here we stand at -1, and then now we are going to move 2 steps towards the negative. Remember, this is the negative side. This is also the positive side. So this kind of direction now is going to tell us that we are supposed to actually move towards the negative side. So we are going to stand at -1, and then we move 2 steps. Because it's -2, if it was -3, you will just move 3 steps. So it's because it's -2, it should be 1, 2. So at the end of the day, you can be able to see that you are going to stand on -3, which is the answer here. So that's how you can be able to use the number line. This kind of sign, if it is a positive, you move towards the positive side. If it is a negative, you move towards the negative side. So that is the number line. That's how you do addition and subtractions using the number line. Maybe you can just do this way, this kind of particular question: -5, -3, and then just use the number line for to test yourself if you just forget the answer. And then it's supposed to be -8. So use the number line to see if you can actually get -8 there. So we are done with additions and the subtractions using the number line. Let us go to multiplications of negative and the positive numbers. For example, you can be given a question like this: -10 multiplied by -2. If you can be able to use your calculator, automatically it's going to give you +20. So this is the rule that I want us to derive from this kind of particular question. A negative times a negative, you should always get a positive. A negative times a negative, you are supposed to get a positive. For example, if you can be given like -35 multiplied by -2. At the end of the day, you are going to get 70, +70. Always a negative times a negative, you should always get a positive. That way, negative times a negative should always give you a positive. And then we can have another rule whereby now we are going to have a negative multiplied by a positive should always give you a negative. A negative multiplied by a positive should give you a negative. For example, you can have maybe -5 multiplied by 2. At the end of the day, you are going to get -10. And negative times a positive should give you a negative. So that's the second rule of actually multiplication when you are going to do those kind of basic multiplication. So I want you to understand this kind of basic multiplication. A positive times a positive is always going to be a positive. That one we don't need to discuss about it. Like now, 5 times 2, automatically it will give you 10. This is positive 5 times positive 2. It's going to give you 10. But now, what most of the students confuse is this second situation, a negative times a positive should always give you a negative. Negative 5 times 2 is going to be negative 10. So you can also try this one, maybe negative 35 times 30. You just find the answer. That is, at the end of the day, you should actually get a negative. So you can always use your calculator. The calculator will give you the automatic answer that is required. But at the back of your mind, always know that a negative times a positive is going to be a negative. So that one we are done with it. That one we are done with it. So the next video I'm just going to give you, I'll give you another kind of video. It's going to be about the algebraic equations and also the equations of a straight line. The equations of a straight line. So thank you for this kind of session.